Hello and welcome back to another video here in the LEGO Room. I hope you are well. Today is a day where I'm going to go over some thoughts, some theories and some opinions basically about Rebuild the Galaxy, which we of course got as this video goes live almost a week ago, and I actually showed off this about this time last week as well, which was of course coming out just in time for Rebuild the Galaxy, and of course it did show up in that show as well, and feels like literally only a year ago to the day almost where I did a video about whether we could see a season 2 of Rebuild the Galaxy and what indeed that would entail, and would we see any more sets. And of course I've got one in my hand from literally almost a year ago, and there's no real obvious thing to sort of create for Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 in terms of a LEGO structure. It is, of course, without going into any spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched it, a show all about building and recreating things. And one of the things that I really thought about long and hard was the fact that we, of course, at this point know that LEGO will not license doing CMF minifigures for Star Wars or for LEGO Star Wars. It's not something that they are comfortable doing, and that's a lot of things have been said about the fact that they will basically lock figures behind a paywall. But I did think that if there was ever a possibility or a time where LEGO would potentially do Star Wars figures in a CMF line, could it potentially be something like a Rebuild the Galaxy CMF line? A few reasons for this, and basically because you could take a snapshot of any episode of any part of this series and you could see a whole bunch of minifigures that you would never ever get the chance to see, and quite frankly it would be very difficult to get some of these minifigures into LEGO sets that you could then sell on the market. By which, of course, I mean figures like Lightside Palpatine, Snowy, Lightside Maul. Where on earth would you put these characters? What set would they go into? There's not really an obvious answer, but there is probably a dozen or so minifigures that you could quite easily put into a set. I'm thinking of Pirate Queen Amidala. I'm thinking of Pirate R2D2, which was a joke that did not go missed on me. There's a whole bunch of minifigures that you could potentially do, but no real sets to do them in. And could that be the kind of thing where LEGO actually maybe just loosen up on the idea of not doing a CMF line for LEGO Star Wars? Quite frankly, that is me kind of living in dreamland. I don't actually think that this is something that they would do. I actually think that any figures that we do see, particularly like a Lightside Palpatine, would be something that would be locked behind a paywall, and that is just a bit unfortunate. The only set that I would actually love to see is the Solidus ship, which is, of course, without going into any spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched it, the ship itself is a Trade Federation ship with the kind of Tantive engine on the very back there as well, and I think that looked rather cool. Is that something that adults would go out and purchase? I'm not entirely sure. You'd need to make it at a size or a price where it would be something that children would be able to get a hold of as well. It's something that I would certainly like to see, and something I'll be very, very excited to see. Again, you'd get the Red Eye K2SO in there as well, and I just think there's so many possibilities of things that they could do, but of course it's so niche, this show, that it's very unlikely that you will see any of these types of things on the market. That does, however, bring me to something that we have seen online over the last couple of days, and I cannot show you the images for copyright reasons, but there is an image and a rumour circulating that the BB-8 that we thought we were getting in January of 2026 is actually the BB wing, or the BB-8 wing that we see in the Rebuild the Galaxy show, which again I will not dive into too much, but do use your imagination if you haven't yet seen the show. It is basically a B-wing with BB-8's head on the very top of a giant BB-8 head, and is that something that we could see? It's something that is being rumoured that we have to come at the very start of 2026, and when we do get any solid information around that, I will of course do a video about it. I've already covered a whole bunch of the sets that are coming out for January 2026 on the channel. I'll try and drop the thumbnail on screen for you now to go and take a little look at, but nothing Rebuild the Galaxy in those initial leaks and rumours. However, there were two sets that we didn't know what we were going to get, and it was widely speculated that it would be a Rebellion and an Empire set, and I really do need to make a new updated leak video, because there is a whole bunch of stuff that we are going to get that we have yet to sort of speak about on the channel, because there's not a lot of concrete information about everything other than the sets that I've spoke about in the previous video. So go and check that video out if you haven't already Guardian if you're interested in what is going to be coming for January 2026. We won't be far away from getting the images for these sets, so you can look forward to that on the channel if you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. It does seriously help us out, and do drop a like on the video as well if you have enjoyed it. Have you seen Rebuild a Galaxy? If you have, please do drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd be curious to see what everybody thought of it. Try and keep it a spoiler-free zone, as spoiler-free as I've tried to keep it in this video. It's a lot of fun. I will absolutely encourage you to go and watch this if you haven't already gone and seen it, the first series, or indeed this new series, Pieces of the Past. It is a lot of fun. Dan and Benji, the two creators, are huge Star Wars fans. They're huge Lego Star Wars fans, and they are people that do not take it too seriously. They do poke a bit of fun at Star Wars, and I absolutely love it. I think they've done a fantastic job. It has been a breath of fresh air in a time with Lego Star Wars where everything's quite serious, everything's quite expensive, and yeah, there's not a perfect atmosphere around Lego Star Wars. I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job, not just last year, but indeed this year as well, and I would absolutely hope and love to see them do a series 3 next year. I think that would be a fantastic thing, something to keep it fresh, and again, more different sets that we could potentially see off the back of season 3 as well. Their possibilities are literally limitless, and you'll know exactly what I mean if you've seen the show as well, because it is literally a case of build and create, and I think that that is something that we can all remember as Lego fans, whether we're old or young. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched until this point in the video, it's sincerely appreciated, and like I said before, if you're new here, please do consider subscribing. There are daily videos here in the Lego room at the moment. We're trying to get back to daily uploads since our break, and go and check out the video that we did at the very start of last week as well for the Mando N1 giveaway as well, just off the back of that Mando and Grogu trailer as well. I haven't had a chance to speak about that on the channel yet, but very, very exciting times moving forward for Lego Star Wars. Go and check that video out as well. You could win some free Lego just by being subscribed. All the details are in that video. Very easy to do. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.